Our organization is one of two in the country that has a program like we have. We have licensed mental health with our program. We have trauma-based therapy with our program. It's an absolutely unbelievable program, and you're going to hear from some of our veterans who have either completed it or are in it. You're going to hear from them tonight. But we also serve the family members, right? So we realized a couple years ago at some of our community dinners, I heard families, spouses communicating, listening to their conversations, and realized that the spouses never got any support. And they're the ones that have been our biggest cheerleaders while we're gone and while we're back home. So we have programs for the spouses. We meet every other Tuesday night to support the spouses. They work on goal setting, boundaries, and they work with the horses as well.
I found Little Blessings about a year and a half ago after my husband left active duty service himself. I had already been a veteran for 3 years and dealing with the VA, and unfortunately, my mental health was just not in a great place, and my husband actually had to leave active duty service to bring us home, to get me into a better, place. And I am so grateful to him for that. To me, Little Blessings is more than I could have ever asked for. It's helped me start to get my life back. A year ago, I couldn't leave my house by myself. And I accidentally texted Jamie earlier this week because I was actually at one of my daughter's school events by myself with her. And I'm very proud of myself for that, and I wouldn't have been able to achieve that without Little Blessings. And as a veteran with PTSD, I often struggle with the thought of how my mental health, how my symptoms affect my family, my daughters especially. And as you guys heard, they started a military kids program, and I am so thankful for them because my daughters got to experience that program too. My youngest, she was the shyest thing ever. She would come in every Monday crying, not wanting to engage, and leave the happiest child ever at the end of each session. And this year now, she's so much more open, joyous. She engages people more, and you can't put into words what that means. I am so grateful to everyone here who's made that possible for me and my family, and I am so grateful to Little Blessings for everything you guys do. Thank you so much.
When I joined the Army when I was 19, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know if I had what it took to be in the Army. I knew nothing about the military. Then about a year later, we went to Iraq. I was there for 15 months, and it completely changed my life. I came home, I had like severe anxiety. Then I went to Afghanistan. My first Afghanistan deployment was insane. All right, I was in Wardak Province, Tangi Valley, 2010, 2011. And all the issues that I had from when I came back from Iraq were just amplified. It was crazy. It was eat, sleep, fight. We took 10 casualties within our first 6 months. At 24 years old, I kind of, excuse me, I just accepted that, like, I could go out on mission, and I knew that, like, it could just be lights out at any moment. And that's a scary feeling when you're young. But I thought that I was gonna stay in, and I just accepted it. This is my job, this is what I'm gonna do. I was able to dig deep and kind of change the way I thought as a leader because I didn't really care what the mission was anymore. I just wanted to be a good non-commissioned officer, and I wanted to get the guys to my left, right, front, and back home to their family, even if I knew that it was going to take me away from my family. Okay. Struggled for a little bit, and then I had a friend reach out. I was like, "Oh, so what are you doing?" I was like, I got to stay busy. I got to do things with the kids." They said, "Well, hey, at Duke Farms, they have a little Easter event going on." So I went up there, took the kids, and we were just about to leave, and the kids were like, "Let's go on this horse ride." So we went on the ride, and I had a veteran's hat on. And the lady was like, "You know about Little Blessings, right?" I was like, "No." So when we were done, she introduced me to a veteran, and he introduced me to Jamie, and I got some information, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe that's something that I need, like an outpatient program." And I was still drinking at the time, mostly just isolating at my house. When the kids went to their moms, I would just drink. And then hit another breaking point where I was like, I gotta stop again. So I was like, "Where's that number?" I found the number. I messaged Jamie. She's like, "Yeah, absolutely. Come talk to me." So I went and talked to her, and I quit drinking. Got into the program, and had no idea what to expect. I didn't know what equine therapy was. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to go through that program, and then my kids had the opportunity to go through the kids program too. 3 of my kids, and they absolutely loved it. I've got your 6. It's a popular motto in the veteran community. I'm sure you've all heard it a bunch of times. But I want to say that Little Blessings did have my back, and I'm forever grateful. And I know that for organizations like this to run, it's time and money. That's the most important thing. I came home and I had thousands of people throughout the last 7 years thank me, right? Even some people who would thank me and tell me all this great stuff. And then when things were going bad in my life, they weren't there. But it's the people who give their time and donations to organizations like this that actually make a difference. And that's the truth. Because we all know overall the VA is not the answer. There are some good ones, and there's some good people that work in the VA, but it's private organizations like this that actually make a difference. And I know you all know that. And everyone that graduated knows that. So thank you to all the donors and sponsors. And like it says right on the website, I got your 6, and they do. Even something like $6 a month goes a long way. I set up my own donations, and I know that it makes a difference. And I know that a lot of you that have donated and given your time have made a difference, and I want to thank you. I really do. Thank you, guys.
I went in the military, did some wonderful things, seen and met wonderful people. I couldn't ask for a better career. Been all over the world and back. Then I got activated for Desert Storm, Desert Shield. And we were flying Jaybirds in and out of Bahrain, places like that, Riyadh. I went through cognitive therapy through the VA, and I went to Battle Creek, Michigan, two separate times when I came home. I've been home 20 years, mind you, and none of the programs worked. None of them. I didn't turn to alcohol or drugs. I isolated, so changed my life up a little bit. A friend of mine sitting at the table with me, Barb, she brought me a little brochure about Little Blessings. And I put it on the table, and I kind of looked at it, and yeah, okay. So Jamie was at a fair that we went to. And I looked over and seen them, and this is a God thing, people. I'm telling you, it's a God thing. Walked up to her, and I just started bawling my eyes out. Sorry. I'm like, I asked her some questions about the program, and she invited me to their open house, and I'm so glad I went. Just the hug she gave me, knowing I was accepted, and knowing that I was going to give 50 weeks of my life up for this amazing program. She said, when do you want to start? And I said, as soon as I can. Within a week, they called me. I was scared to death. I didn't know what to expect, and even when they were explaining everything to me, I still didn't quite know what to expect. The biggest, most compassionate animal. It's an animal that's huge and compassionate and didn't judge me and actually made me feel, because I had lost my spirit. Tina and Little Blessings helped me get my spirit back. The horses know what you need. They're so magical. I can't say enough about them. But I'm about to graduate October 19th. And let me tell you, this saved my life. Literally. And I hope it will help more veterans, more of their families, more of their children. And I hope that we get more donations, because I couldn't have afforded to pay for what I just went through. It was because of the gracious people and the donations that came in. I just want to thank everybody that sponsors Little Blessings. And after I graduate, I'm going to volunteer my time. Little Blessings is called Little Blessings for a reason, because it really, really is a blessing to know these people and to be a part of it. So God bless Little Blessings, and God bless all of you that have helped all of us. Thank you.
It's an honor tonight to stand before you as not just a military spouse, but more importantly, as a parent who's witnessed the incredible impact of Little Blessings, and specifically the KID program, on our family. When George and I were first married, I knew what I was getting into marrying into the government. I was an agent, he was in the Air Force, the uncertainty, all of that came along with it. I understood the challenges. But when we added Annabella and then the twins to the family, it became different, because now that uncertainty, that unknown, the deployments, seeing everything that we deal with as spouses affect them, it was a challenge. It was a mountain we hadn't faced before. We didn't know exactly what there was to do with that. So Little Blessings is different, because those deployments, the ever-present uncertainty, it doesn't just affect the adults, but it really affects the whole family. And that's what makes them so special, because they're there for not just the service members, but the spouses and the children. The program's not just another initiative. It's not just something you go to once, graduate from, and you're done with. They really are there as a lifeline for military families like ours. It's a testament to the power of the compassion, the understanding, and the support that they have for us and the community. Tonight, you've been hearing the profound impact that has on the service members and the families. First and foremost, Little Blessings provides a safe and nurturing environment for our children. It equips them with the emotional tools they need to navigate the unique challenges that they face. Whether it's from the constant upheaval of changing schools, the emotional strain having a parent deployed, or the impact of a physical or mental disability. Our children are our future, and like every parent, we just want the best for them. We want to give them the tools to be their best self. With this program, Kyle, Kara, you, everyone, Maddie, say everyone else back there, all of you guys, you've had an impact on that. You give them the tools to be their best selves. With this program, our children now can rise above the life experiences, and they can transform themselves into resilient, empathetic, compassionate beings that are capable of achieving greatness that we want for them. Little Blessings doesn't just focus on our children, though. They extend that reach to the parents, the spouses. As military spouses, we often find ourselves juggling multiple responsibilities, and at times, we may neglect our own emotional well-being. Little Blessings understands this. They offer the support network that not only helps us cope, but that also fosters a sense of community and camaraderie. This program bridges the gap between the military families and the civilian world. It helps our children with that transition. It offers resources and guidance for the parents, the spouses, the service members, and their holistic approach recognizes the interconnectedness of our lives and that no one in the community is left behind. They truly have your six. It doesn't matter if you've been out a day or 10 years. They're going to welcome you with open arms, and they're immediately going to be there to support you in whatever you need. The positive impact of Little Blessings extends far beyond the reaches of the farm, though. It ripples through our lives and our communities. We find that when we invest in the emotional well-being of our military families, we're investing in the strength of our armed forces and the resilience of our nation. We've seen it personally in our family, where our children have learned and not just apply to when dad's going away still, but in all aspects of their lives, from medical challenges they face, to trying new hobbies, to speaking in front of a crowd tonight. As we gather here tonight, let's reflect on the incredible journey that our military families undertake. Let us celebrate the profound differences that Little Blessings and their program are making in our lives. Through your generous support and your belief in our cause, we're going to continue to provide this lifeline to those who need it most. Our family's experience is a testament to the transformational power of this program. We are grateful for your love, support, and confidence in all that it's brought into our children's lives. Together, as one, we can ensure that every military family can thrive regardless of the challenges they may face. Thank you all for being here tonight and for being on this incredible journey with us and for making a positive impact on the lives of those who've sacrificed so much for our freedoms. Let's continue to stand strong and united to support and uplift military families in our community.
My name is Annabella Ray. I am 9 years old. My dad is a retired Air Force hero, and I am so proud of him and all that he does. You see, being a military kid isn't always easy. We deal with these different emotions when our parents have to go away. We hear and see people who don't agree with our parents' jobs, and many of our friends just don't understand. But that's where the Little Blessing Military Kid Program comes in too. Save the day, and their farm and the people and animals on it are really special. This program isn't just any ordinary one. It's a special place where kids like me learn important life skills, and especially about our feelings. As adults, I'm sure you know how feelings can be tricky sometimes. They can make us feel happy, sad, scared, or even excited, all in a matter of minutes. But through this program, I learned how to understand and manage my emotions better. One of the coolest things I've learned was how to stay calm. Can help not only me, but also the amazing horses at LB. When I stay calm, the horses stay calm too. It's like having our own superpower. Horses are incredible animals. They teach us military kids so much about communication and patience. Learning to connect with them and understand their feelings has been a big part of the journey and the program. But it's not just the horses, it's about making lifelong friends, When you are a military kid, friendships can be hard to realize of reasons, but in the Little Blessing Military Kid Program, I found friends who understand what it's like. We've been through similar experiences that make our bonds even stronger. It doesn't matter if we don't go to the same school, because whenever we see each other at LB events, we pick right off where we left. These friends and the staff at LB are like families. We all support one another. We laugh together. We can talk about hard things, our fears, and celebrate achievements, both big and small. We share our dreams and our challenges, and we grow stronger as a team. It's amazing how this program has brought us together. Through the program, we also learn about teamwork, leadership, and problem solving. We try new things and push ourselves to be the best we can be whenever we're working with horses, doing fun activities, or just talking about our feelings. It's all part of the journey towards becoming better people. My younger siblings, Grace and Annalise, and I completed the program for Little Blessing Military Kids Program, and I've seen so many positive changes in myself and them. We've all became more confident, better at handling the ups and downs of life, more aware of understanding our emotions, and better communicators. This program showed me even when I'm unsure or scared of a situation like speaking to a crowd, I can control my emotions and face that fear. I want to thank all the amazing people who made this program possible. The organizers, the volunteers, the donators, and the horses, of course. Your donation, dedication, support, and donations mean the world to kids like me and our families. You've given us a space to grow, learn, and thrive. In conclusion, the Little Blessing Military Kids Program has made a world of difference in my life and the lives of many other military kid programs. It taught us lifelong skills and understanding our emotions, allows us to connect with incredible animals and make lifelong friends. It shaped us into better people, and we are grateful for this big blessing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here today and for supporting programs like this. Together, we can continue to make a positive impact on the lives of military kids and their families. Thank you.
We've been with Little Blessings for, I think, your first year or into your second year. Our family was helping when they're at Duke's Farms. My family was volunteering. I really wasn't involved at all. And my wife was the first spouse to go through the program. But like most combat vets, my first tour was 03 and 04, the initial Iraq invasion. You know, we call it the Wild West. It was a rocking tour in a lot of ways. We came back home. There wasn't a word called PTSD back then. No one talked about anything. And so, like most vets, we go through this struggle of even admitting it. You know, but the fact is that vets affect those around them. And when you're going through struggles, it's not just you going through the struggle. As each one of the people that spoke tonight, it affects the entire family. Because whether we admit it or not, which most of us don't admit it, nor want to admit it, we have issues and we've come back different. No one comes back the same. And after multiple tours, as we've heard, you know, most people that spoke tonight had multiple tours, and even though we think we're going to fix ourselves, we really don't get fixed by going and doing the same thing that messed us up in the first place. And so Natalie went through the program and finally told me that she was going through the program and going to talk to horses. That's how disassociated I was with my family. So my wife is leaving every week to go talk to horses and go to a farm, and I had no idea she was even doing it. And she told me and asked if it was okay, and I don't care. You know, but I was going on another tour. I left in 2020 to go get fixed. But during that time also, my kids started the kids program, and they were the first kids to go through that program. And as my children are going through the program, we're communicating. And when I came back from my tour in early 21, they were still in that program. They weren't done. But I saw what was happening with my children in that program. And I saw the issues that I didn't realize what I was portraying onto my children and my family. And through that kids program and identifying those anxiety issues, the shyness of children, you know, that introvertness that comes, and we think our kids are introverted or shy just because that's the way they are, but you know, it's because of their environment. And mostly what parents make is their environment. And so my eyes were open to what Little Blessings was doing for my family. And I can say without a doubt, it saved my family, it saved my marriage. My daughter, Anna Elise, is 16. She started writing a book when she was 14, which was right after I got home from my fourth combat tour. And I had 3 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan, and I heard the Afghanistan, when Sean talked about Afghanistan, it's a dark hole. It exacerbated every problem I ever had from any other tour. It truly was a dark place. But that being said, Anna was 14 when she started writing a story. My wife was going to write a story, and she just couldn't put the words on paper. And she asked Anna, would you like to write a story? And Anna did. So she wrote a story. She's also a painter. But her story is about I tell Natalie it's about a bad husband and father. You know, it's a result of PTSD and how our family found healing. And a big part of this book is about Little Blessings, what Little Blessings did in our family's life. And so my daughter Anna, it's called Hope on Four Hooves, a true story of a military family's journey through the struggles of PTSD. One reason she wanted to write a book was in order to pay back to Little Blessings. So part of every book goes towards Little Blessings to support the organization. But she also illustrated all the photos in there. They're all paintings, original paintings that she did. I appreciate all you folks being here. As the president of the board, it is an honor to help with this organization and to work on what we're doing. So thank you, Jerry.